Wonderful. So I guess we'll start it. So this is a retake from yesterday's interview, guys, whoever is watching and listening here. So I have my business partner here, Sergi. He is the wizard when it comes to Walmart automation. He's the brains behind the operation. So looking forward to been working with him last couple of months. And he's basically going to be showing you the back end of the stores that we're managing. And some of the results, profit margins, ROI are as high as like 30. What's the highest, Sergi? It's like up to like 35%, right?
We have high as 45%,
45.
actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So,
and how long have you been doing this for, Sergi?
Well, basically, I've been doing automation, Amazon automation for the past 3 years, but the Walmart thing is quite new, right?
Okay.
So we basically, I'll actually show you one of my first clients, which is February. So what is that? That's like 7-8 months, right? Going 8 months. But I've actually been working, I'm the first one who basically offered this Walmart automation stuff, but I've been working with people who've been working on the platform for more than 2 years. They did over $2 million this year.
Oh,
so,
wow. Nice.
Yeah. So obviously for a while, it's fairly new, but we've been on it or with it for as long as it's accessible.
Do you have any problems with getting the website shut down? Because I've heard of other, and I know with Andreas, with the other one, there wasn't a challenge of that happening. Do you ever have that happen with this one?
You mean the stores getting suspended?
Yeah.
Right. No, we haven't even heard of any suspension with Walmart. So Walmart, obviously, look, they're literally a few years behind Amazon, right? But they're catching up. The thing is, their platform is not as sophisticated yet, and that obviously that plays in our advantage. Also, not only because they're less strict, but also there's less competition, so the margins are higher. So basically, everything is in our advantage at the moment. So we are basically in a unique window of opportunity here to get into this.
Well, let's the people are in suspense now. Let's just show them some numbers.
Yes, let's show them the stuff. Okay.
Show the people
we'll
what
let
they
you
want
take
to
over, Sergi.
All right, cool. All right, so obviously there could be a few store names that will be blurred out later because the store names. I mean, there's thousands of listings there, so good luck if you want to copy them or find the profitable ones. But anyway, it's kind of. Like personal information is the store name, which usually we don't make public, right? But anyway, if you don't have the experience, you wouldn't even know what to do with it. No. So, okay, it says host disabled participant screen sharing. So I need you to click on the share screen, and then.
Love technology.
Right.
Look, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
You can see it.
All right. Okay, cool. So this is actually the real Walmart Seller Central, right? So this is the dashboard of Walmart Seller. So basically here, what we can, obviously this is just the back end, right? Just same like we're familiar with Amazon. Again, this is just a little bit more glitchy and a little bit less sophisticated, right? So, but obviously it does show the numbers. So we always look at the performance here. And what I usually do is, look, a lot of people, they just post sales, right? But what is really important is the margins, right? Because you can do $1 million in sales, but if you only have 3 or 4% ROI, well, yeah, that's,
exactly.
It's not that interesting.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So I'd rather do 100K in sales with 30% than $1 million in sales with 3%, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This is about, I mean, I can make it a little bit bigger, but can you see this here, the period?
Yeah. June 22nd to September 18th.
Right. Okay. So this is basically a store that did. Anyway, I'll just edit the name later. But this is a store that did 415K in sales, right? So I'm gonna verify this store, and this is basically. This is one of my best stores, obviously, because you can see this number here. This is very, I mean, out of this, that's not normal, right? This says total net profit. And can you see it, Edna? What is that number?
50,000. Yep.
Yep. So that's $50,000 in profit in 1 month, right? So that's, and that's not only, I mean, that's not only insane, but what is even more crazy is that it's in his second month. So this store is only 2 months old. As we all know, with Amazon, it's you know, you can't get away with a lot of sales unless you have an H store. H stores are very in demand right now, especially in fourth quarter. And there is something like this velocity limit. You can't just, I mean, even if you know how to get the sales, you still got to watch out that you don't overdo it, right? Okay. So obviously we don't have that problem here with Walmart. So this store in his first month, he did 93,000 in sales. We did 63 in purchases and we made 15K, right? And then the second month was absolutely a killer. 238 in sales, 149 in fulfillment, and 50K profits. And the month is just half. We had to slow down the sales because the client told us to slow down. So it is possible to slow down the sales.
Just because of inventory cash flow challenges, Sergey?
Well, yeah, do keep in mind, just like Amazon, Walmart does have a reserve, right? They keep a reserve, especially in the first 3 months, because they want to know that you're legit, right? They want to know that you don't have too much returns or too much refunds and all that stuff, and just to know that you're legit. So the first 3 months is kind of a verification period, and they will keep a 2 weeks reserve, right? So that basically means that after you fulfill and ship your orders, there is going to take 4 weeks to pay you, right? So that's in the first 90 days. After that, it falls away and you just get payments every 2 weeks, right? Just like Amazon. So this client, obviously, he was stretching it, and he told us to slow down a little until after the 90 days, and then we can go full throttle again, right? So, but anyway, this is 2.5 months, and this store made $87,000 in sales. And so most of my clients are 50-50 split. This client made $39,000 in 2.5 months. So not bad, right?
And so on how much inventory would he have put in, or money would he have put in for inventory to get to that?
Well, you can see here the column which says total purchases, right?
So that was what he put in cash wise? Okay.
Right. So that is basically the order fulfillment, the money that we need, or the credit that we need to fulfill the orders. Okay. And these orders are going to be paid out to you after usually 2 weeks, but in this case, it's going to take 2 week reserve. It's going to take 4 weeks.
Okay.
Correct. So basically, to verify this store again, this is 415K in sales, right? In the total since the start, right? In 2.5 months. So 415K in sales. You can see this number is lower, right? Walmart. I always say Walmart lets you return Christmas trees, right? So they literally let you return anything for any reason. So obviously there's gonna be quite some returns. So we did 415K in sales, but we were able to process almost 390K in orders. Okay. But if you count that from 415K, that's just around 5%, right? Which is very low. Right, so very low. Okay, so here's another store. This is a little older store. He did more than $500,000 already, right? But this store is, I don't know if you can see it here.
From was that February 1st? Okay.
Yeah, correct, February 1st. So we can see this store is here. Basically, it's I can actually show it to you here exactly. It's February 22. Was his first sale. See, $110. Okay. So this store started end of February. So basically February is we don't even count it, right? And then we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 months. So in 6.5 months, this store did $560,000 in sales. And again, we were able to process 421. So there's a little bit more returns there, but that is what, like 10% or something, like a little bit, maybe 15% here, right? So the returns are a little bit more here. But anyway, we did 420,000 in sales, 272 in purchases, and in 6.5 months, he made $87,000. So the client nets 39,000 again in 6.5 months. Okay. So usually so we have two formulas, right? 15K. I mean, I do have to tell this, I mentioned this, because of high demand and obviously because of the high returns. Usually our ROI on investment is 2 to 6 months. And I mean, I even have clients that do it under 2 months, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? We are kind of forced to raise our prices next month. So we still have a package, and obviously for your clients, Andres is going to give a link to that. They can still avail for our current prices, which is 15K and 50%, and there's only limited availability, 25K and 40%. But it doesn't matter what the client chooses. The ROI is always 2 to 6 months, as you can see.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So what I'll do is here, I can basically verify everything, but it's going to take us too long. I want you guys to look at this, the ROI, right? Mm-hmm. That is the most important thing. So look at this ROI as I go over these stores.
So
this
now
is
it's 31%.
Yeah. And you can see here, total net profit. I mean, 15K, 50K, 12K, 31%.
Okay.
Do keep in mind, some clients only have, most clients only have, I think your clients are a little bit higher profile, but most clients have 20, the usual client has 20, 30K in credit, right?
Inventory, okay.
Yeah, that is the minimum. But obviously if you have 50 or 100K in credit, yeah, you already see what we can do. Basically, we're going to max out your credit anyhow or anyway. Right. So even if you have more than 100K, we're going to max it out. If you only have,
well, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just, so just keep that in mind. Some stores are not that big, but look at this, right? 6K, 13K, 7K, 18K, 15K, 11K. I mean, these are obviously good months, right? 28%.
So just one other thing that I would like to understand here. So he starts with a certain amount of cash for inventory. And then as time goes on, he just puts his profits back in, and then that's part of the inventory as well, right?
Yes. Yeah, that depends, right? It all depends what you want to do. But like I said, a store that's going to keep scaling and keep growing, if you have a limited amount of credit, then obviously you're going to want to reinvest your profits to grow. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. If you have 50 or 100K in credit and you can get more credit as we go, then that's good too. But basically, we also have a funding program, and Andres can also tell you guys more about that, or give you the links later. But we have a funding program that can get some money up front if the client needs it, or more credit, or the thing, you all guys know there's something like payability, right? They will advance your daily, an amount of your daily sales. We have something that is actually better and cheaper. So once that we have some sales, we can actually get you a daily advance funding program, which means for 1.77%, they will advance you 50 to 70% of your daily sales. So that can help your store scale later, on top of the credit that you already have. Okay. Okay. Right. So yeah, most of my clients are doing around 10K. I mean, and we can do 10 or 20K a month, even 50K a month. It all depends on the client's profile and how much credit that he has available. Like I said, most likely we can max you out. So yeah, that's a good thing, right? So here again, 31%. Here's another one, 39%. See, there's an ROI here in September already, 44%. But obviously that might come down a little bit. Here's another one, 37%. These are brand new stores, right? You
Yeah.
can see that they just started last month, like literally last month.
Mhm.
Here, I guess this is the best one till now, 42%, and he's in his second month.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
And again, you guys pick all the products and that sort of thing, and that's where your value lies, right?
We do everything. Basically, the only thing that the client does, look, the client is the investor and we do all the work, right? So that makes us partners. And basically, the only thing that the client does is make sure that he's available for if we have like, a communication problem or something like verification or something like that. But basically, the client's only concern is to make sure there is enough money to fulfill the orders.
Okay.
Because we're going to come up with the sales, right?
Now, do you guys recommend setting up an LLC for this one as well?
Well, actually, for Walmart, it is recommended.
Okay.
Sorry, it's obligatory. Yeah, Walmart will only accept. Look, Walmart is very more selective in their sellers than Amazon. You can create an Amazon account like in a few hours, right? Mm-hmm. Walmart is very more professional, and they are really looking for professional e-commerce sellers, right? Okay. So you definitely need an LLC. If you don't have one, we can help you with that, or you can talk to your CPA or whatever. But yeah, you definitely need an LLC. And you also need like a website or an authority website or another e-commerce store to basically prove that you have experience and that you will be of value to their platform.
So your guys' stores would help us qualify for that?
Yeah, we do everything. So basically we can help you with the application procedure. And basically I have a team that does the application for you. But by all means, if you can just give me an active Walmart store, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy.
An active LLC, you mean?
And
you
get,
mean an active LLC
going right away. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I that was actually where I got stalled with my other one, because I was working on an Amazon store, but we couldn't get. I can't remember if it's a VIN or EIN number. Now they're telling us 2-3 months before we can even get to that spot, and I know I think I sent everything, all my money in that by the end of March, wasn't it, Andrea? Somewhere around there. So that's a lot of stalls for us.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is now, obviously, with this whole COVID things, right? Everything was really slowed down, especially the EIN numbers, and especially for non-US people, right? For non-US, it is going to take weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. However, I mean, it could take longer, right? Way longer. Usually, it should be 2 to 3 weeks for a US resident, but we actually have an express service. It's $300, but you can get an EIN within the week.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So we can also create the LLC for you, and we can also get the EIN express. Then basically we can get you the LLC and the EIN in, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks max, maybe even one or 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else I need to know?
No, basically the numbers say it all, right? Like I said, it's a unique opportunity, a unique window of opportunity that is here. And I mean, yeah, Walmart platform, there is way less. I think they're gonna stay. They're getting already. You can already feel they're getting more strict with their applicants, right? Obviously, we are evolving, and that's exactly why I created a team to do the applications for my clients, right? Or at least assist with it, because they've been doing it from the start, and they're gonna know if something changes in the requirements or something like that, right? So they're gonna keep assisting the client. They're gonna keep following up with the client until we get them in. I do have to say, it might not work from the first time, but in my experience, I never give up on a client. So we're just going to keep going until we get in. And when we get in, it's going to be worth it.
There we go from there. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's interesting. That sounds good. So yeah, you know, like anything, I believe, Andreas, when you started out with the other one, there the price was lower at the beginning, and then it got higher and higher and higher till, you know I lost out on like I had
It,
an extra 10 grand just because of the timing I went in.
it was as low as 10,000. Like
Yeah,
right
when
in
they
the beginning,
started.
it was as low as 10,000, and then it got all the way up to 40,000. So it's the same with like Sergi and what we're doing here. Like honestly, like at 15,000 for a 50-50 split with that ROI, it's a no-brainer. Like there's not a lot of investments out there that you can get your return on investment that quickly.
Mhm.
So like he said in the beginning, like once we fill up the last remaining spots, we're because of supply and demand, we're going to have to, you know, increase the price like we did back with the Amazon. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Sergi's excited. Edna's excited. We're all excited. So yeah,
Exciting.
I would tell your listeners, I already gave you my booking link, Edna, so they can book a
Yes.
call.
Yeah.
And I actually opened up. I told Sergi, my weekend is. I pushed all my plans aside just to help like your listeners. So I've actually opened up even more spots this weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, I actually made myself available. So I know you're sharing this with your audience later this evening
Yeah,
or something.
it'll go out later today. As soon as we get done here, I'll get Priyank to
Okay.
send it out, and